Well, there is a common myth that goes like only potential candidates or candidates with good experience can only see the potential job opportunity, which is certainly not the case. I mean, there's a common saying that goes like, you can never judge a book by its cover. Until unless you open the book, you want to know what's inside of it. We have seen in our experience that there are multiple candidates who doesn't see much in paper, but when they go and attend the interview, they actually seize the job. We could say that there was a candidate who had really less experience, and there was a candidate with very high experience, and we were, betting on it that the guy with the 15.
Yeah. There's actually one more thing. It's actually not about the experience as well. Experience is actually a very important part of it. But let's be real, there is actually more to it as well. You actually see when the candidate goes in for the interview, sometimes the attitude matters a lot about the candidate. When you see the candidate have that passion, have that sort of energy which you need to actually on the floor when they are working with different set of people. So that energy, that passion, that is something additional to that as well. A candidate may have about 30 years of experience, but exactly. when they actually go in, when there is no sort of that energy, that thing lacks out. The manager, the management over there doesn't show that much of interest. But at the same time, if a candidate have, let's say, a few months experience, but they're very motivated for the job as well. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure they would definitely step up and they would like to take them on board.
Most of the times, it completely depends whether the nurse is a team player or not.
Yeah,
because most of the time, the managers are looking for the nurses who are actually team players. Sometimes they see the managerial position in them that they can fill up, and that's why they require nurses who could be team players, because they are not the only nurse who will be working upon the shifts. It also matters like how is your behavior with the other nurses.
How do you present yourself?
How you represent yourself and how you take your team alongside with yourself as well.
And what I've seen across as well is that people say it's a one-time process. I've seen candidates go into the same nursing home, the same group twice, rejected once, and then offered again the second time. So it's about how they represent themselves, what they learn across their experiences, and it's a funny story. There was one candidate of ours that got offered. She was extremely well on the interviews, extremely well through the compliance process, started well, and then we found out that she had a sight disability.
Yeah.
She couldn't. She was not able to, do manual markings properly. So anybody can get offers. Anybody can, get into, get the job offer. It's not dependent upon if you got 30 years of experience or 3 months of experience. It depends upon how you actually, represent yourself on the day of the interview.
And basically, as you can see, like the 5 fingers in the hand are not the same. For example, if a nurse is not taken by one nursing home, it doesn't mean that that nurse is not going to get a job in the healthcare sector. So, for example, if a manager rejects a candidate that she doesn't have enough nursing home, maybe we can place that nurse into another nursing home, and then after that, that nurse gets the correct experience, gets back to the same home, gets the same job on the higher hourly rate, and basically that's how the recruitment process goes. It's not a one-time process.
There's actually a saying, one man's sign is the other man's goal.
Yeah.
So well said. The nurse may be not the right fit for one nursing home, but the other nursing home may have seen something which the other person might have not seen.
Yeah, exactly. And I personally feel like every nurse is fit for every nursing home. It's just a matter of time. A nurse might not be fit for a particular nursing home with 3 months of experience. But the same nurse with 3 years of experience, she comes back to the same nursing home 3 years down the line and should be offered. So I think every candidate is exactly.
You have to find the right opportunity.
Exactly the right time. Yeah. Recruitment is not a one-time process. Let's make that an understatement. And
recruitment is actually, I would say it's a very interesting and a funny thing. You would see things over there happening which you would not expect, and at the same time, the maximum expectation you had from someone, they would actually go down the drain out of nowhere. So you just need to make sure you keep your nerves high and keep your expectations minimal to one thing, and just make sure.
Yeah, basically, according to me, it's a really mesmerizing and beautiful process because you're seeing a nurse who is going in for an interview, but unfortunately she fails in the interview, and after some time you see that nurse again with some really good skills and experience, and that nurse is getting a job offer on a different or on the same nursing home. So it's quite a good process, and it looks really beautiful looking from the outside, like you're placing candidates on different locations and they're getting the jobs, they're making something for their living as well. So it is not a one-time process, it's going on and on.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Well, for me, I would call myself as a fresher for this industry, but I have a lot of things to learn in the process, but what I've seen, I can do second that. I can do second that. That recruitment isn't a one-time process. It's not a one-time process.
We joined on the same day, by the way, sir.
Yeah.
Omair from CRM.
Signing off, Saad Saeed, CRM.
And signing off, Solomon Relations Manager at 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝘀𝗃𝗲.
Your manager, Waleed, always known as Waleed. So yeah, take care.